Hi, Mom.
Hi, you're back from your run already?
Yeah, it didn't go so well.
What happened?
Oh, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. My heart was pounding, and I'm just not feeling well. I felt like I was going to fall over.
Well, that's not good. I think you should see the doctor. Let me make you an appointment.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'll be your nurse today.
Okay.
I'll start off by taking your blood pressure. Alright, what kind of symptoms have you been experiencing?
I've been having some shortness of breath, especially when I go running. I've been having some chest pain and just muscle weakness when I've been running.
Alright, the doctor will be in shortly to talk to you.
Okay.
Good morning, Rachel. I'm Dr. Hanzak. What brings you in today?
Well, I've just been feeling really tired lately, and the other day I went for a run and I thought I was going to collapse. My muscles got really weak and I was just really out of breath, and I had just barely started. My heart was pounding. It was really strange.
That is very strange. When did you first notice the symptoms?
I guess it's been going on for a couple of months. I've been kind of tired and sluggish during my runs and just feeling really out of breath and kind of out of it.
Have you ever had problems with breathing before or with your heart?
No, not really. I mean, not more than usual.
And you haven't noticed this during like your normal day-to-day?
Mm-mm.
Any other symptoms that you've noticed?
I guess now that you mention it, I have been kind of having dizzy spells, and my hands and feet have been really cold.
And you've been getting enough to eat and sleeping enough?
Yeah, I mean, as much as college will allow me to sleep, but I have been eating pretty healthy.
Okay. Any other major stressors that may make you a little anxious?
No, nothing besides school.
Alright, well, looks like you're doing a pretty good job taking care of yourself. Your vitals look pretty good. They might be a little high, but nothing I'm alarmed about. I think our next step would maybe be some blood work to see if we can find anything in the blood work. We'll do a basic CBC, see if any of the blood counts are low or anything like that. Would you be okay with getting some blood drawn today?
Okay.
Well, the blood results should be back in about a week. I'll send you back there when we're all set here, and then the office should give you a call in a week when they're all ready.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
As the doctor mentioned, I'll be drawing your blood today.
Okay.
Results will be in about a week. You can come back and make an appointment with the doctor.
Okay, sounds good.
Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
How are you feeling this week?
Okay.
Okay. Anything better? Anything worse?
Not really.
Alright, let's take a look at those blood results.
Okay.
It looks like the red blood cell count was maybe a little low. Doesn't really give us a definitive answer. It could be a couple of things that would cause that, but it suggests to me that it might be anemia. Not sure what type. There's a number of things that it could be. Have you ever had a history of any type of anemia or blood diseases in your family?
Not that I know of.
Nothing. Have you ever had any like abdominal surgeries, anything like that?
No.
With your stomach or intestines?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I don't have a definitive answer for you, so I think the best thing would be to do a few more blood tests. This time we'll check to see if we have any major vitamins that you're missing or minerals if they're running low. I can give you this brochure on the blood tests. They're pretty basic blood tests that we do here. Are there any questions I can answer for you?
I guess my first question would be, what is anemia?
Anemia is a general term for having a low red blood cell count.
Okay.
So basically your body isn't producing enough red blood cells. And your red blood cells are needed because they carry oxygen and other nutrients to the rest of your body. When you don't have enough, then the tissues and stuff like that of your body don't get the nutrients that they need, especially when you go running and stuff like that, overexert yourself like that.
Okay.
So that's anemia. Like I said, there's a number of different types of anemia, which basically just explains what's causing the low production of red blood cells, and the treatments will be different based on that also.
Okay. How would I have even gotten this? Is this something I'd get from someone else?
No, it's not infectious. Usually it's a diet thing if you're not eating enough of a certain vitamin. It also could be some genetics. There are certain types of anemia that can be connected to genetics. Otherwise, it can be tied to viral infections as well.
So can this be treated?
Yes. Most types of anemia can just be treated with supplements or dietary changes. If it's left untreated, unfortunately, it can cause permanent neurological damage. But we caught this pretty early, so I think we should be fine. We haven't noticed any neurological damage so far that would signify that we left it too long. Any other questions I can answer for you?
I don't think so, not right now.
All right. Well, we'll get that blood work started, and I'll see you back in a week so we can discuss our next steps.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Rachel. All right, how are we doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Let's look at these test results we got. Alright, so I see that the IF deficiency test came back positive, which makes me think it's pernicious anemia.
Okay.
Pernicious anemia basically means that your body isn't getting enough vitamin B12. And with the IF test, IF is an intrinsic factor which is produced in the stomach, and then when it's in the stomach, then it passes into the intestines with the food, and then this IF helps the intestines absorb vitamin B12, which is needed to produce the red blood cells. So when you don't have enough vitamin B12 being absorbed, then you don't get enough red blood cells being made, and therefore you get the anemia. And then you have all the problems that come along with not having enough red blood cells in your body.
Okay. So how did I even get this?
Well, with pernicious anemia, there's not really any genetic connections, but there is the possibility of an autoimmune disease, which can attack the cells in your stomach, so then they can't produce the IF in your stomach.
Wow.
And that
So
leads to a pregnancy of.
my own body is destroying my stomach cells?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't know about the autoimmune is connected to a lot of viral infections as a child. And then as a result, you're kind of predisposed to this autoimmunity later on in life.
Wow. Okay. So I got this because I was sick as a kid?
Yeah, what happens with viral infections is if they have long enough to sit in the body, they can alter your DNA. So when your body realizes that it alters the DNA, then it starts attacking its own cells because they think they're foreign, because they have the altered DNA and it is foreign to the body.
Wow. Okay. So how do we treat this?
Typically we treat with injections of B12.
Okay.
We would start with a few more frequent ones, and then once we stabilize your red blood cell count, then we can just wheel it down to monthly injections, and then you'll have that for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh. So am I going to be able to fully recover?
You'll never be able to fully recover. You'll always have to have the injections, but as soon as we get the injections going and we have your red blood cell count up again, you should be feeling just fine.
Okay. Okay. After you said it was anemia last time, I was doing some research online, and it said that anemia is often misdiagnosed. Are you positive that this is what it really is?
With the IF deficiency test, it really suggests that it's pernicious anemia. That's very typical of pernicious anemia. It's possible that it is something else, but with that test result, gives me pretty good confidence that this is what it is.
Okay. Is there any other treatment options other than injections? That sounds like a lot of shots.
We do have the possibility of taking some oral supplements of vitamin B12, but typically they haven't been shown to be as efficient as the injections, just because it's still the absorption of the vitamin B12 that's the problem. So taking it orally isn't helping the problem too much. but there is the possibility if you prefer that instead. I realize this is a lot of information, so I will give you this pamphlet. You can read up more about pernicious anemia and the options you have for treatment eventually. We'll start you out with some injections today, and then we'll set up appointments for the next couple days for injections so we can get those red blood cells stabilized. And then from there we'll decide how often we need to keep up with the injections.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.